And I would like to offer the floor to the Governor of the state of Barinas, Professor Alan Chavez. Thank you, Delcy. Welcome to this land. A big hug, Mr. President, and all the people of Venezuela. Exactly, we are here assessing the situation in this perfect unity of military, civil, and police union. From the very first moment, President and people, with our communities that have had a direct participation, the team of the government that is training in these circumstances are jointly working with the 1+10 of the great government that leads. But in this state, there has been a perfect unity, as it was mentioned. We have 8 municipalities very much affected, but though 2 of them have report the greatest damages. We are at one of them, at the Bolivar municipality with the capital Barinitas, and here, as Delcy Rodriguez showed, it is the road that was affected, and this is the road that communicates with Merida State, and this road we have been trying to maintain it operational, even when there was some affectations. The main affectation is reported in the road towards the La Minas and Calderas municipalities from the Andean region. There was the sinking of the road, a report in one sector that was near the Calderas population, and was incommunicated for several hours. The people organized along with us brigades from the popular communal power, and here we have managed to open an alternative way temporarily, as all the technical studies are performed to get to know exactly what is the next step to take to fully recover the path in this road, and what are the arrangements that need to be done. There have been also 2 bridges affected that we must also study and project to find a solution in a short term. Immediately, we have been attending all the families that have suffered damages with we are giving away food, medicine, and health personnel is deployed there as well in the 8 municipalities, but mostly in this one, in the Bolivar municipality and in the Sucre municipality, that is other of the territories most affected by this crisis. President, we keep working jointly and showing that we are the ones who solve any circumstance. Go ahead, President. Right, the people who resolve permanently and always in constant contact and coordination with the popular power. That is the key, the fundamental key to attend all the structural damage that could have physical damage. All the physical damage are going to be resolved, and to have a plan activated always of mitigation of risks and to minimize risks. The activate risk. Commander Chavez activated a plan. Commander Hugo Chavez was the master of the doctrine of reorganize all spaces, urban spaces, and populated spaces of the country, and that doctrine is being fulfilled in its maximum expression, and it has had positive results. Before our generation, the little boys of the 80s and 90s, still being very young, when did we saw that the minister himself was personally going to those places damaged by, there was a misinformation campaign that in the early 90s there was a perfect society, and they tried to manipulate, because most of them are younger generations. Never. The rainy season came, and I remember that, for example, the bread storm that left Caracas destroyed for months and years. No leader moved any machinery to solve this. Food for the people, what's that? No one, no one. Many of us are young men and women with accumulated years, still very young and very strong and with much energy, willing to go to the fight. But we lived that and we saw that and we still have that on our skins. And that is why I'm very happy to see a vice president of the government, along with the people and with the governor of the people, in a perfect joint with the military force and with the police force and popular force. And to see how we are attending the physical damages, that all of them have a solution, because we have been trained ourselves as a government with, I am saying this with in a very humble way, because I'm not self-allegate myself. I do not allow anyone to say a positive word for the government, because I am against that. I'm battling that stands, whatever they are, either in imperialist powers or in the territories. If I can say that our government, a revolutionary government, has cleaned and perfect that the capacity to face any situation in the country. In the face of any situation, we are there in first person, and we have managed to solve even those situations that seem impossible to solve. Any physical damage will be solved because we are people who find solutions. Kuramoto, you're right. Please give yourselves a very warm hug, and we will see each other very soon. Long life to victory. A very warm hug. We are people from love. We are love very much alive. And now we are going to Portuguesa, that were from very early hour of the day. Diosdado Cabello is there. Diosdado came out of his program and left right away in a rush there. There he is with Primitivo Cedeño. Primitivo is very skinny and looks younger. There are also the General Division General Jesus Antonio Delgado, commander of Portuguesa. Daniel Marquez from the Civil Protection. I want to congratulate the civil protection of the whole country. That is always first. We have built an army of civil protectors of the people, in the concept and doctrine of Commander Chavez of the new protection for the civil society. All of this was founded by Chavez, the great founder of democracy and dignity, Hugo Rafael Chavez Frias. May we continue. Cirilo is also there. Cirilo Salas, Secretary of Government. And there is also Anis Montenegro, Speaker of the Commune, Lanceros del Llano, Lancero, Victorious Lancero. Diosdado Cabello, tell me everything, Diosdado. Good afternoon, Mr. President. Greetings from Portuguesa, this land, beautiful land, full of good people, perhaps the most fertile lands, and we escaped from the rains, from that is causing the historic disorganization of the water control. The nature always reclaims its cause. Here we are at the José Antonio Páez Road in the municipality of Los Pinos, and here, prior to this, an artificial lagoon of 65 hectares of extension. Yesterday with the rain, overflooded and broke the dike and came to find its cause and took away one bridge that fortunately there was no death toll on the bridge, but there were some people, and you can see this for history, and two people from motorbike drivers saw this, and they informed the local police department, and then we informed the vice president and governor, and all the team was there. All of them are here installed to begin with work for the direction of the Ministry of Transportation. Here, Vice Minister Rojas is here as well, and with the people of the local government, and they are ready to start the recovery work for the passage of this road, a work that should be ready in a couple, perhaps in 60 days, but we are very sure that it is going to be ready earlier than that, because we are advancing. And also in parallel, there are 8 municipalities damaged out of 14. Here where we are, it is from the place where Sara is from. In that way, there are 13 communities that are communal circuits that are also affected. She's the speaker of one of those, and they are already cleaning the roads. And one of the things that Merida compatriots were saying, in spite that here the bridge collapsed, and with the damage that the road is suffered, now the passage is guaranteed, because the road was in a great capacity of circulation, and now there are some isolated communities, but we are working that in the upcoming hours everything will be restored. It is an intense work and a joint work from the local government, from the communal people, and it's also a very hard work from the security forces. And I said, the Colonel Jimenez, it doesn't matter if it takes a little bit longer, because yesterday people ran a lot, and there were also many accidents in this place. We need to go take little by little to avoid any accident. In spite of the situation, here it is, this beautiful state with these beautiful people that has no rest. Almost all of the people are here are speakers of the popular power that came here to support in the face of this situation and work together. And our governor, you know, this state has a little bit less than 15,000 kilometers, and in the past 20, we have had to do a lot with a little. 108 have been already recovered. In the past, the damages that have been reported has to do with heavy rains. When it rains, the water tries to find its way through. I want to give the floor to the speaker to the governor of the. Excellent afternoon, Mr. President. Here we are in the cross of. We are supported by the people of this long municipality, and I want to thank you for the immediate response. This is the bridge 122, and we have managed to do 108. And this I said, don't be nervous. We are people who resolve, and it is true. The people of Nicolás Maduro is the people who resolve. here it is, a huge national deployment, ministers on the streets. It was almost impossible earlier. We have been seeing how the ministers are deployed here among the people on the streets. We have the popular power here who knows, the ones who know the real problems. The rains have hit us hard since last year. This year has had much more strength. We have over 300 people affected by this situation. On the high zone, there have been a lot of collapse. And I wanted to say, President, here it is, an organized people. Thanks to God, you have a hell of great ministers that are always 24 hours available. And among everyone, because I inform first the President, and President is the one who calls ministers. And here we feel the presence of President Nicolás Maduro through their ministers, but this governor of Portuguesa is the government of Nicolás Maduro. So we are here, President. We know this tropical wave are going to be heavy this year, and we need to be prepared. The population needs to be ready. Our ministers, we are here. There are things that we are not going to be able to contain, to halt, because nature is like this. But us, through organization, as you have taught us, and all that we have learned from the local government, and those who know these wonderful people, you can count on us, President. And beforehand, I want to thank you that people is amazed, and they sometimes think that it is a lie, that I wrote to the President at 3 a.m. in the morning, and he replies to me at the moment. And afterwards, all ministers are calling me. And this is the Venezuela of Nicolás Maduro. A hug, President, for you. And thank you very much for always being so attentive to us. Thank you for your important visit, Captain. And thank you very much, President.